So I talked about the two levels of faith, and there are actually three. When we look at the three levels of faith, doesn't mean that once you reach the top and you're at that top level of faith, and then you have faith for everything. It's every single thing that you go through. There's three levels of faith that you can have, and you could have a different level of faith for each thing. So every single thing that you look at, I've talked to people, and they, it's like getting to being a part of a prayer group or something like that, and you can pray. Well, you ask them, "But do you feel like God pray or God heals people today?" And they say, yeah, God heals people all the time. And then you ask them, okay, well, so can you believe for and pray for this person for them to be healed? And they will believe and pray for that person and believe that that person will be healed. And then you ask them, well, what about God healing you? Okay, so do you believe that God will heal you? And then they say something like, well, yeah, he could. And so it's not he will, he could. So you have three different levels of faith, even within the same thing. The first level, of course, the lowest level of faith is questioning faith. It's faith that well, yeah, God could, maybe he might, I don't know, I'm not sure. And it's there's always this debating. That's that first level of faith. Then you have the second level of faith, which, like Jesus said, great is thy faith, and that's the great level of faith. The first level of faith is ye of little faith. The second level of faith is great faith. And then the third level of faith is perfect faith. And so when we look at the perfect faith, that's counting as it is done. Like it is already done. There's no debating. There's the way I put it is, and when it comes to true faith, then it is without a doubt or without a fear. Without doubt or without fear. That's true faith. But you don't have that in everything. And when you look at, well, without doubt or fear, that's great faith. Ye of little faith is really hope. And it's really, that's what little faith is. Little faith is really hope. And it's like, I hope that it can happen. I'm trying to believe that it can happen. Just like when that man asked Jesus to heal his daughter, and he said, if you can believe, and he said, I do believe, but help my unbelief. And so a lot of times in our lives, we are asking for help. We're asking for Jesus to help us with our belief. I ask my Heavenly Father, help me to believe greater faith than what I have in these things. Like sometimes it's easy to say, I believe for someone else, but when it comes to just ourselves, a lot of times we seem to be too focused in on how many things we've done wrong, and so we focus our value, and a lot of times that's what it is that we devalue ourselves. We value other people higher than ourselves, and we look at ourselves, and it's like I always look at it as the way we compare ourselves to other people. And that is that, when I compare myself to other people, I know all the things that I've done wrong, and I judge my insides by everybody else's outsides. And your outsides can look pretty good. And I don't know the struggles that are going on within you, but you can look pretty darn good on the outside. And so sometimes I devalue myself. I don't value myself enough. I remember one time I was praying to God, my Father, and I called myself unworthy, and when I was praying that I'm unworthy, and you ever been in front of somebody when they got mad and they got angry, and you could feel the heat of their anger? That's what I felt from God. It's like it felt hot, like God got angry at me, and he said, I will keep my own list of who is righteous. And I said, God, forgive me. I'm just a man. I don't understand everything. forgive me, and that's what I said. And then 3 weeks after, no, 2 weeks after that, I was going through the Bible, as I always do, and going through the Bible, and then a passage came up and said that God sends a strong angel across heaven declaring the righteousness of the saints. And I thought, here I'm calling myself unrighteous, while God has sent a strong angel across heaven declaring my righteousness. And I look at that, and what is it? What is a righteous man? How can a righteous man full of sin be called righteous? And it's only by the blood of Christ that we can be called righteous. Because it's not just that we believe that Jesus Christ paid the price for our sin, but it is also that I am being trained up to be in the likeness of Christ. It's not just that Jesus died for me, that right now I believe in the quickening spirit. I believe that in the sanctification of my spirit, of my soul, that I am being changed. I'm no longer the way I used to be. And if you look at the promises of God, and one of the promises that Jesus said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. And then you look at, He will never leave us nor forsake us. We're never alone. We're always with Jesus all the time. And then the other promise that I look at is that Jesus promises that He will complete the work that He's begun in us. When we look at that promise, that means that's where my righteousness is. My righteousness is I believe in the one who cannot fail, and the one who cannot fail has promised to finish His work in me. So those are promises that you can take and can change your whole life when you really come to understand and to believe those promises that the Lord has given us. Like and subscribe, and I really do appreciate y'all watching. And I'll see you next time.